Are you guys, how do you guys know each other, you and Roy? I forgot to even ask him.
Roy was a customer of mine or our company,
Oh, I
Kaseya, where I
gotcha.
work now.
You
That's how
worked
we
it.
met, probably eight or so years ago.
That's
Um,
terrific. That is awesome.
so anyway,
So, yeah, so
go ahead.
Charles is
Sorry.
with the group called, is it Kaseya? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, you are.
Kaseya, right. He's a sales specialist and spent time at Goldman Sachs, I read, which was awesome. And Kaseya is a leading global provider of AI-powered IT management and cybersecurity software. So a lot of the students who are with us here today, Chuck, are interested in tech and cyber. So I think this will be a really interesting discussion for everyone. But tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm in awe to be on here with you, all of you. I was never in the military, so I want to thank you all and feel blessed to be here because of people like you. Um, I started out my career on Wall Street. As you said, Goldman Sachs was one of my last companies I worked for. They bought the company I worked for, and has my friend Fred Vicola, who was the CEO of Kaseya, said to me, he goes, "Look, technology put you out of business. I'm going to give you a job in technology," and that's what I did. So um, for me, it was a big transition because I found that I couldn't really find a job after leaving Wall Street, and I basically struggled, because I didn't realize that I was a customer service specialist as opposed to a broker or a trader, which I was. So that was kind of hard for me to figure out and understand. But having a friend bring me in and say, look, you don't need to know technology. You just need to understand who can help you make the sale or who can do the explaining for you. And that's kind of how this grew.
That's terrific. What drew you to the industry of, say, like sales? Like why did you decide to launch your career there? What do you like about it? What do you don't like?
Well, when I say I was a trader, I was a sales trader. So I dealt with banks, mutual funds, hedge funds, basically customer service really more than sales because my idea was after I made a sale, I don't ever want that phone to ring back and have someone say to me, I don't like that price or what did you do to me, on this trade. So I always made sure that I was above board and wanted to treat people how I wanted to be treated.
That's terrific. Tell everyone a little bit about Kaseya, what you guys do.
So Kaseya is, like you said, cybersecurity, remote monitoring and management for small and medium-sized businesses, backup, all kinds of security as far as, SOC, AV. We sell AV, we sell SOC, we sell EDR, all these, basic names or all these fancy names or symbols that basically everybody kind of uses now and not many people know about, except all you people who've been in cybersecurity before. I started out with a green screen. I don't know if none of you people probably even know what that is, but it's basically a screen. I would type 2 to 5 letters and press enter and get a quote. So for me to sit here in front of a computer and tell people I can do this stuff, it's not true. I tell them all the time, look, I'm happy to get the right person to speak to you, but I don't really understand the technology and I don't use it. So being honest again is probably my best advice.
Who and what sorts of companies are clients of Kaseya, and what do you do as tell everyone a little bit about your day to day.
So right now I work with one of our largest customers, and they're basically aggregating other small, we call them MSPs or managed service providers, and they basically do all the IT operations for small and medium-sized businesses. And so, patching, backup, like I said, monitoring, antivirus, making sure everything is up to date, making sure that your customers are not at risk or being hacked.
Yeah.
So I
What do
took
you
a chance with Chuck about, I don't know, Chuck, when did we meet? About 2015, 2014?
Probably
want to
something
say.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So I took a chance on Chuck back in, or Kaseya back in 2008 when I was working for an IT consulting firm. I was fresh out of the military, and I took a chance on Kaseya because they're a small business. You know, I love to get back to small businesses. So Kaseya did remote monitoring. They purported to do remote monitoring and remote support. So you know how you'd have like a WebEx or something like that. But this was more geared towards text, not not anything else really, but it's more geared specifically towards text. So from Kaseya's Launchpad, you can go and you can look. I mean, you can run commands, remote command modules on these machines, and you can do all this. So they are one of the leading providers in remote support. And watching them, just come up nearly 20 years, it's just been amazing to see what they do now. I mean, you can do all your Windows patching. You can do, so many different things. It's AD integrated. So, from a single sign-on platform, you can have your customers go to a one-time link and join that for a support session. It eliminates the problem of having to have your computer joined to the domain. If you are on a VPN, so if you're on a VPN and the laptop's been sitting in the drawer for 3 months and it goes off your Active Directory domain, Kaseya, as long as you have an internet connection, Kaseya, your remote support person can get in, get you back online, do everything they need to do. It solves a lot of problems, and it's one of the best support systems out there. So Chuck, just wanted to kind of give you that nod anyway. Chuck and I have been working together we've been in the trenches a couple times, man, for over the last 10 years. So he's one of the best in the business for sure. Don't let his humility fool you.
Thanks for filling them in too, because you did a much better job explaining it than I did.
That's awesome. What sort of company is Kaseya? Like, how many employees do you have at Kaseya? Are you guys based out of Texas, or where are you?
We're based out of Miami.
Miami. Okay.
Yes, we have several offices in Miami, mostly in Brickell area. Um, and they we have a few offices overseas. We have an office in Austin, Texas, an office in Norwalk. I'm in Red Bank, New Jersey right now.
Okay.
We have about 5,300 people. Right now, I looked on the website. We have about 66 openings currently. Miami is probably the biggest area.
Hmm.
Um,
What are the
and most
typical roles that you have? What are some of the?
So there is account management, um, executive assistant, senior manager, employee and labor relations, uh, senior manager, product marketing. There was some software engineering.
Got a whole range of stuff.
Yeah, oh yes, there's pen testing in Austin,
Yeah.
Texas. Senior Linux engineer, Austin, Texas. Um,
We'll have to
we
get.
have an sorry.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. We'll get those positions out to the crew here. Chris, did you have a question for Chuck?
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on, Chuck. Had a question for y'all for the company. Are you a reseller or are you do you have your own platform that you operate off of?
We have our own platform. We have I would say 41 different companies that we have acquired and tried to integrate together. Not all are integrated, fully right now, but we have 41 different modules that we sell and we currently own.
Kaseya has a help desk module that, of course, being from 2008, they hadn't really upgraded it yet quite a long time. So it looks like an old MS Access database, but they purchased a company called Dado RMM. A lot of you guys may have heard of them, but they purchased a company and they've got a whole new help desk platform now that's been integrated with that, and it's just 100 times better, far and above. You can go directly from a ticket in their ticketing system to a remote support session and all kind of different things. So it's actually pretty cool.
And that doubled the size of our company buying Datto.
Cool, thanks.
What do you think sales could be a good way for someone to get into a company on the tech side if they're just launching their career? They maybe don't have the tech experience yet.
Absolutely. That's mostly what we hire in Miami
Yeah.
is um, young first-time salespeople. Um, and they get a book of business and try and grow it. Most of them are real aggressive and really attack it, which is helpful to them and certainly helpful to us.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite suggestions for all the folks on the call? I mean, they're all looking to launch their career first time out of the military. So, do you have any tips or tactics that they could learn from?
I would say the best way, and this is what I tell the young people in my office, is um, try and make some connection. Be friendly. Don't just walk in and say, "Hey, I want you to buy this bottle of water because you need water." No, you need to basically give them a reason why they want to buy that bottle of water. And I wouldn't even attack that first. I would say, look, find out what their needs are, what their wants are, and what their pains are, and then help that way. And I always try and be helpful, or want the customer to think that I'm helping them as opposed to selling them something.
Yeah, that's great advice. What are some of the qualities that you've seen in workers throughout your career, other colleagues or other folks who have, you know, succeeded, done really well in their job and they're climbed the ladder? What do they have in common, the ones who?
Uh, Most of it is an aggressive hunger and desire to succeed. I mean, when I worked on Wall Street, I saw people who were answering the phone and became, managing directors just because they started out just answering the phone and relaying, and their aggressiveness and um, desire to do better is really what shined above.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Anybody on the call with us here interested in possibly working in IT where you might want to ask Chuck a question or two? Could be anything about his career, what it's like to work at Kaseya.
Do you guys do any kind of firewall stuff?
We do. We have a firewall. I think Datto has a firewall that we do sell. Um, Again, I'm not a product specialist, so I believe we certainly do. I can get you some information and try and help you if you want to just message me.
Okay. I sent a request, or a
Thank you for
LinkedIn
that.
request. So
Okay, sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Would it be all right if the vets here connect with you on LinkedIn, Chuck?
Please do,
Is that all right?
100%. Like I said, I'm so appreciative of all of you, and thank you.
Yeah, this is great. We appreciate you coming on and just sharing a little bit about your company and your path and what you've done. It's such an exciting field and changes all the time, so it's great to hear from people like you.
Well, I appreciate the time, and again,
So I guess I have a
please.
question for you.
Yes,
So do you guys do like endpoint management? Is that one of the things?
100%. That's what we do. Yes.
Okay. So
And Chris,
endpoint
did you have
management
one
and
too?
disaster recovery?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you have another one, Chris?
Yeah, I did. It's for Chuck O'Roy. So like the company is services across the entire US, right? So are your account managers in that kind of dispersed, or is everything, like you said, based out of Miami? And what does that look like from like a sales engineer, sales perspective?
So we have, I'm going to say probably 5 offices in the U.S. I'm guessing right now because there's 5 in Miami alone, but we have, like I said, Norwalk, Red Bank, I think Austin. We have a disaster area in Tampa, and I'm not sure if there's anything further west.
That's awesome. Well, we'll be sure to
Thanks.
get back with Chuck and hopefully
I
get some
will say is that
jobs.
on the customer side, from, being a Kaseya customer for almost 20 years now, I can tell you that they do pretty much anything you can imagine in terms of, being able to secure, protect, remotely support, and when I say remotely support, I mean, you can do everything from, like I said, remote command modules on the computers. They can do, I mean, you can go through and actually see what services and programs, you can kill services through secure sessions. There's so many things you can do with Kaseya, and they are all over the United States, and their support has gotten so much better than they used to be. Yeah, if you do any support or anything like that, you guys want to do any kind of support, one of the things I can recommend personally for you guys just getting into tech in your career, support is the place you want to be to start off. That's a huge thing, is, because you can't really protect things if you don't know how they work. And if you're wanting to get into cybersecurity as an analyst, I highly suggest you work help desk for a year or so. Just really get your chops in that area, and Kaseya can certainly help you do that.
That's good advice. I like that. Don't be afraid to start out a level below where you want to be, just to get that foundation,
Now, you guys know better than anybody. We're not above the mission, right? So even if you think it's a little bit below where you're coming out of at the Navy, I can promise you that it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Timothy, did you have something else?
Yeah, just a quick question. I'm pretty sure I heard you say you had something in Tampa, disaster something. Could you just expound upon that a little bit?
So that is our disaster recovery area. We have an office there. I'm looking to see if there's any openings there right now. I heard you talking about Tampa when I first jumped on.
Yeah, that's where I am as well.
Okay. I don't see anything right now, but let me just add this website in here. And that should be for all the jobs currently at Kaseya.
Nice.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Chris, did you have a final question for him?
Thank you.
Yeah, I got a question. It's only half tongue in cheek. So I've been doing IT for almost going on 27 years, and always the weakest link is the user clicking on that link that goes to a bad place. So have you guys figured out how to prevent users from clicking it or protect themselves from themselves? Over.
We have something we call Bullfish, which basically gives you, it's cybersecurity training. And I will say they got me maybe 2 weeks ago. I came in frustrated and I get this change your password. And so I click on a link and it said, you've been phished. So, I mean, that's really basically what they hone in on us is do not click on any links.
It's the trap. Yeah.
Yes, because it is a trap. And the guy who is in charge of that sat down the end of the row for me, and I'm like, hey, you got me. That wasn't nice. And he said, I told you don't click on anything. And I'm like, yes, I know I'm a dummy. But when you're frustrated and moving quick and you think that you're getting ahead, well, you're not. You're going backwards.
We've all fallen for that one. Yeah, that's awesome. Chuck, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you for taking a few minutes out of your day and chatting with all the transitioning vets, man. It means a lot to us.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
We'll be in touch.